For my K-Study 9 lab, I followed the trash around my normal route to school, and my hypothesis was that there would be more trash around buildings and fast food restaurants than there would be on the mountain. I started at the top of my road, and this is on the left-hand side. I always turn right, so I didn't really notice the trash that was there beforehand. I was actually astounded by how much trash there was. And so I continued down my road, and there's a creek that runs the entire way of the road and goes into the Roanoke River, which also empties out into the Roanoke watershed. And so as I followed the creek, which is also the road, I found several water bottles, just bottles in general, soda bottles. There was lots of plastic bags. I do look at the trash around the creek quite a lot when I go down the road, and there wasn't as much as there has been in the past. I think this is because we've recently had a lot of snow, and we were having flash flood warnings because when the snow was melted, there's so much of it that it also took the trash with it. So that's why I don't think we have a lot of trash on the mountain as there has been in the past. It's at the end of my road, and the two streams meet and they form a bigger stream that empties out into the Roanoke River. And right here at this intersection, I saw a lot of trash, and also near the stop sign, there's a yard sale sign. This is a problem in Roanoke. I see it all the time. People leave their yard sale signs up and they never take them down. I stopped at the first store I saw. This is the Country Way. It's the first store that you see after you come down off the mountain, and I did see an increase in the amount of trash as we were getting closer to stores and buildings. The first fast food restaurant I came across was Bojangles, and everyone loves Bojangles in Roanoke. When I go to school, I see at least 8 or 9 people have Bojangles in the morning. So right here you can see there's a lot of cups already near the guardrail, and also you can see right here there's a storm drain, and there's also a lot of trash in there too. I do know for a fact that these storm drains go directly into our watershed. They don't go to the system and get treated or anything. Next, I went into the Bojangles parking lot, and I saw lots of trash and drink bottles, and I saw Starbucks, which is weird because there's not even a Starbucks near us. I also saw an empty box of cigarettes, as well as several cigarettes on the ground. Cigarettes are also a huge problem to the environment. There's over 5,000 chemicals in cigarettes, and 69 of those cause cancer, unknowingly cause cancer, and these are just going straight into our waterways. The next place I visited was Burger King, and as I went up the road here, I saw there was a ton of Burger King burger containers, french fry containers, drinks, styrofoam especially. It was a big one I saw right there, and storm drains right beside it. I passed the Kroger, which is our grocery store. We have 3 of them in Roanoke, and of course I saw plastic bags everywhere. There's one right there. And it's our Kroger gas station. Plastics make up a huge percentage of trash in the environment, especially because they take a really long time to degrade. They don't degrade in our lifetime. It takes hundreds of years, and also plastic has a deadly combination with cigarettes. Cigarettes can leach chemicals into our waterways, and plastics have the ability to absorb chemicals. One type of plastic called microbeads, which are tiny little plastic beads that are most commonly found in hand washes and facial cleansers. These are making a huge impact on biodiversity of marine life because the little beads, they don't get filtered out when they go through our water treatments, and as again they absorb chemicals that they find, and fish mistaking them for food, they eat it, they digest it, and they're also digesting those chemicals. The next place I visited was Hardee's, and I saw even more trash here than I did at Bojangles or Burger King. In the back I saw hundreds of cigarettes. It could be because there's a tobacco store right across the street from Hardee's. So I went up that way too and saw lots of cigarettes on the ground there as well. This must be where the workers smoke because there's lots of cigarettes on the ground. There's also a ton of straws. I saw a video recently of a turtle that had a straw stuck in its nose. I know there's a program going around. It's supposed to be reusing straws instead of getting new ones each time. So what's interesting is right around the tobacco store is where our community has our recycling bins, and the recycling bins have been an issue in Roanoke County. There's a lot of interest in recycling, which is great. There used to be one at the middle school, but people just left their trash outside the bins, and it became an issue when the trash started flying out into the road, and especially when you have big boxes. They were blinding people, and they were getting stuff all over the road, causing accidents. So they took those away, unfortunately. So now this is the only place that we have recycling in Roanoke, and you can see that there's trash all over the ground. This is a frequent thing. When I was actually videoing this, I saw a guy drop like half of his load and didn't even pick it up. So that's kind of disappointing, because people obviously they want to recycle, but they're not doing it properly. I think our community has realized that our trash is becoming a problem. I've seen do not litter signs around our school systems, and there's also these 3 big signs that say the world is not your ashtray, raising awareness for how much cigarettes are in the environment. Also, big companies in Roanoke, such as Walgreens, they've been packing down their boxes and recycling those. Right there, you can see some of those. Advanced Auto, they have also been doing that. A few days beforehand on the roads, I noticed there was tons of trash, but we actually have our prisoners pick up trash every week, and those are those orange bags. They haven't picked them up yet, but there's 6 or 7 bags there, and that's just from that one little area right there. And next week it'll be full of trash again, more plastic bags, more water bottles, more styrofoam, and more cigarettes. And unfortunately, our storm drains go straight into our waterways. They're not filtered, so all of that trash is going straight into our waterways, and of course that's affecting our environment. After doing my experiment, I concluded that my hypothesis was supported in that there's more trash around fast food restaurants and buildings than there is up on the mountain. A question I have after doing my experiment is what it would take for my community to start recycling more and recycle in the correct way. A possible experiment I could do is inform my community the best I can about the consequences of trash being in the environment. But I truly believe that it's going to take a push from legislators, more than just putting up signs, and our community leaders to truly make a difference and try to get our community to wake up.